Hi, this is Priyanka Chopra and you're watching Channel Y.
The biggest South Asian media group, Y Media.
Y Media Group, established in 2001, is a media company with a 360-degree approach in reaching our audience over 5 platforms: television, radio, newspaper, online news portal, and mobile app.
Y Media has newspaper, midweek, radio, South Asian pop.
Hi, I'm Amitabh Bachchan and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
Hi, this is Amir Khan and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
अब हर दिन सुने GTA का number 1 radio station FM 91.9.
All English 24/7 television network and Y Media Plus.
You are watching Channel Y. Channel Y.
Prime Minister, welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be back.
Online, SouthAsianDaily.com. The biggest South Asian media group, Y Media.
Hello everyone, welcome to Y Media Group. I am your host Shelly Seni and I am joined by 2 wonderfully talented, creative and artistic people. Joining us is none other than the renowned chef, social activist and entrepreneur Susan Barr. Welcome Susan, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Very well, so good to have you here. And we have none other than the best young chef in Canada, Pierre, Olivier, Pelletier. Welcome, Pierre.
Thank you.
And you are all geared up to represent Canada in Milan at the prestigious San Pellegrino Young Chef Academy. Well, tell us more about that. How do you feel right now? It's a tough one to be there.
Stressful, to be honest, but I'm ready for it, and we have a lot practicing today and yesterday also with Susan and just fixing the last minute change. But we are ready and impatient to show to all the world what we can find in Canada.
Well, the eyes will be on you for the grand finale. You are representing Canada in Milan, and it's a very tough competition in the gastronomy world. Everyone wants to be part of this prestigious competition. Like you just said, you are stressful, but then how do you walk the path? What is your process? How do you prepare yourself mentally, emotionally?
I need to take the good word. You know, we only have 15 minutes to present our dish, so we really need to be smashing with what we are telling, and we have a real true nice story to tell to the judges, so I need to be prepared more about it than just the dish. You know, it's more than just cooking at this moment in a big competition like San Pellegrino Young Chef Academy. This is all around what is on the plate, yes, but the storytelling about this plate also. So I'm working a lot on it with Susan. Susan is really good also for defending his point. So this is really useful for me.
Absolutely. So it's not only about appealing their taste buds, but connecting on a deeper level emotionally and the way you present yourself. So, and I see as a mentor and as a mentee, you two are so fluid and so easygoing together. So how are you tapping into the emotional side, Suzanne, if I may ask you? Like, of course, we will delve deeper into the food, the gastronomy, but because it is not just about food, but the overall presentation. So how are we preparing for that?
Yeah, I think it's for, any chef, any artist, whether it's, in the kitchen or on a palette, or on an easel, you are always thinking about what's your intention and how is someone to receive and what is your reasoning behind doing what you're doing? Are you saying something that needs to be said? Are you connecting it yourself to a perspective? Are you making a statement? I think we all are going through all of these ideas in our mind when thinking about creating and crafting, and then finally presenting a dish. But I think more than anything else, the emotional side is just like going like really thinking about your own craft and what's this all about for you. And like this journey to get here, it wasn't just like you woke up and said, okay, I'm going to do this. It's been a process to get here. And I know that, Pierre has been through this process. And here we go to Milan, and we'll see what happens.
I'm so glad that you are actually talking about the process, because once people get the recognition and fame, the rest of the world is only talking about the moment of the fame, but the hard work that has been put into, the hours that you have dedicated into to achieve that moment, nobody talks about that. So if you both can walk us through the tough competition the gastronomy industry has as of now, starting with you, Suzanne.
Yeah, well, I think, anyone that has worked in the industry, whether it's in a professional kitchen, a catering set, whatever your setting is, there's a commitment and dedication, and there are grueling hours. There's an expectation that you're supposed to deliver. You're supposed to, be exhausted, but actually be able to keep creating the same dish over and over and over again, and refining your palate, refining the plate, and understanding more and more and more. So I think there's this very high demand that a lot of chefs, including myself, we put on ourselves. And I think there's got to be a balance. I like to always think that a work-life balance is really created when you can understand like what's your intention, what's your perspective, what's your point, and like what is, what's going to make you feel like, okay, I've done what I need to do, and I can go home and I'm back at this tomorrow. Because this work it's lovely, and it truly is a gift to do this, and to create in this way. But it also has some sacrifices, and that is time with family, that's time with friends, that's our own time, just, learning and educating ourselves. So there's a lot of, dualities that you have to play in this work, playing towards your passion, but also that separation of how do I also balance out some real balance in my life. So it's a challenge, but we work at it every day.
A challenge that you take on very smoothly. How about you, Pierre?
Yeah, I think the same thing about this than Susan. Sometime in my life I've just too much work, and it doesn't work. This is not work at all, because if you work too much, you are just tired and don't work nicely. So you have to have pleasure in cuisine. If you want people to resent it, you have to if you want to put love in your plate, you need to have love in the kitchen also. So you always have to think about your mental health, and this is a real subject in cuisine. And now we are going in another way. I think it's now really better than that I've been. But yeah, I think it's really important to have this real balance.
Absolutely, to have the real balance and to speak more and more about awareness, to bring awareness about the mental health and finding that balance in your work and life industry, right? But we are talking about this competition at the grand finale. You said you're only going to get 15 minutes, and every second counts there. Now, as an artist, don't we all have that process of, I want to take my own time to kind of, make up my things? So one side of you is the artist who would want to process things differently, but then there is pressure of the competition. How do these 180 poles apart, how do these two things collide together smoothly and find a middle path?
It's a good question. It's a hard work, but you need to feel it. I think it needs to be natural, and don't need to work a lot about it. That have to be really natural, and that's come from the earth. And I need to touch the earth of also the judges. So I need something really strong. I have a strong history. I have something nice to defend. So this is pretty easy to put the good words on what I have in my mind and in my heart. And you know, this is not just a fight for the competition, it continues after the competition. It's also why I have a little gift for the judges at this moment, a little souvenir of this moment we have passed together. And it's important to me to mark them.
Very beautifully said. And I often wonder, chefs make people go, the food is yummy, I can't stop. At home, what happens? Because you know more about food, about flavors, about the right balance. Are you the one, starting with you, Pierre? What happens at home? Are you the one who takes charge? I'm going to cook because I can't eat anyone else's preparation, or you're easygoing when it comes to food prepared by someone else?
Yeah, it's easygoing. You know, if you put love in your food, it's okay for me. I eat the same thing of everyone else, I think, and sometimes I eat something really bad, you know. I make the choice of easy go and not just, when you go back home, it's, you make food for your family. This is not the same thing than making food for a person who pay for it or for a competition or something like this. I tend to touch the people who come eat at my restaurant the same way I touch people when I make food, like for my wife, but you know, it's not exactly the same.
That is so sweet. What about you, Suzanne? Are you the picky one? You must have had those moments, right, when people called you over for dinners, and they must have had stressful moments. Oh my God, what can we serve her?
Yeah. I would be real honest. I am pretty picky, but I love to receive any offerings. And, you know, like, I really am someone that, like, when I'm in someone's kitchen in their space and they are preparing a meal, you know, I'm like, it's just cook whatever you feel like that makes you feel the most excited to make, you know. But, you know, do I have thoughts and opinions about the dishes? Possibly, yeah. Do I say things? Probably not. I'll keep it to myself. But, you know, I love the craft. I love the passion that people put into making food. And I also understand that there's two worlds that we walk within as chefs. We walk in our world of our friends and our family, and they work within the industry with our colleagues and our customers, our clients, our guests. And I think that they're two different, and I like the separation. I don't need to go into, you know, the space of my restaurant and in the same way that, you know, I go into the space when I'm at home. Like, I like to be the diner. I like someone to cater towards me. I like to just enjoy a meal and, you know, not be like, oh, the plating or the fork was wrong. Like, I'm like, Suzanne, just chill, please. I talk to myself a lot about that. But it's still it's a duality, but I like the difference. I really walk in that space of, Suzanne, you don't need to cross over. Just make sure that you're having a good time. And it becomes more about the shared time with your friends and family, and less about if it was something that was memorable, because that just being together, that's memorable enough. If I had the time to be with you, then I'm going to celebrate that time.
Enjoy the moment more than the dish.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, it's the moment.
Yeah.
It's not so much always about the food. The food is the food, you know, like, so.
That's actually a powerful statement there. Food is the food, coming from the chefs, because you know the importance of bonds, relationships, the love we deserve and the get in life. That's amazing. And you two, this conversation from you two especially, it exudes the passion and love you have, not just for the food, not just for the work you're doing, but for life that you are leading. And you're leading with such grace. I'm sure a lot of people who are watching you right now, and especially the young ones, you know, the ones who are still kind of, you know, aspiring or who have just started, that is the time where the successful names and faces, they seem far-fetched. It's like there are only so many people who get success in this industry. I can never be there. Pierre, what is going to be your message? Yours is an inspiring journey. What will you tell them?
Yeah, you have to take your chance and be true with you, you know. You have to fight and fight for what you love, for what you want, and just, you know, believe in yourself, believe in your dream. I never think before today I was to make a competition like this, meet chef like Suzanne or other chef of the competition. You know, it's such a pleasure to be here, and I'm really proud of it. And I can just say to the other young chef, go ahead, do it.
Go ahead and do it. And Suzanne, you have broken many glass ceilings. The industry itself is competitive, let alone for a woman to enter it, make her own space, and a woman of color to make a mark and say, I deserve this, I'm here, and I'm here to stay. What will you tell all the women out there? Of course, all the young ones, but especially women who sometimes hold themselves back thinking, how can I do this? Will I ever be able to achieve something?
You know, it's really something that I am attempting to practice more regular in my life right now is just one, you know, idea that we're enough. Whatever we bring to the table, we are enough. And we don't have to go extra. We don't have to stay later. We don't have to burn ourselves out to feel like this is the only way to be able to fit in and to feel like that we're a part of something, or that we're, you know, crashing a new glass ceiling. Like, we're enough based on the love that we put in and the fact that we show up. And showing up is enough right there. And then the work that we know we bring to the table. You know, this is something that no one told me. And at my age now, and with the career that I have had in my life, I'm very grateful for it. But now I feel like I wish someone had told me that I'm enough, and then there's still space to learn. And there's always someone that I can, you know, share my ideas and I can learn from. So that's what I would share. And I hope that they receive that at any time in their career and in their life, that they feel like, shit, I'm not enough to be here. I need to work harder, because we're enough, you know, we really are.
Well, that's moving, actually. You know what, you've touched so many lives with that one sentence, you are enough. And I truly wish that people would take this message in its full sense, that we truly are enough the way we are. Like you said, Pierre, show up and be yourself. Beautiful messages. Now, we have been talking about how you prepare food, how you're preparing yourself for the grand finale of this coveted title. But what is your favorite dish is what I really want to know. Like something that you really kind of, you know, wish for. When you're very hungry, this is the dish I want to eat. Starting with you, Pierre, what is it?
Oh, then, you know, the dish I prefer, it's a traditional dish from Quebec named pâté chinois. This is like a mashed potato on the top, then you have corn, and then you have steak. This is really an easy dish, you know, but this is my favorite dish, and this is also the dish my mom make for me every time I go see them, because she know this is my favorite dish with a touch of ketchup. You know, it's full of gastronomy, but this is something really comforting, and this is also the dish my mother make the best. So yeah, this is you know, it's a memory dish also. I ate it since I was a child, and I'm now 31 years old, and it's still my favorite dish.
Oh, wow.
It feels like you already want to have it. In the back of your mind, you're like, I need to prepare this right away.
Yeah.
What about you, Suzanne?
So I actually just happened to have that meal right before I left to come to Quebec. My dad, it's a traditional Jamaican dish called stew peas and rice. And it's very similar to like a cassoulet, in the sense that you've got many different cuts of meats and offals all together, cooked down in kidney beans. And then you add coconut milk and all of the essentials, the thyme, as well as Scotch bonnet pepper. And that just comes with like white steamed rice. And it is like, it just makes me feel like home. It makes me think of my mom and my dad. It just makes me think like everything is gonna be okay when I have that dish. So my dad happened to make that the night before I left to come here, and it was really special because I don't think I don't know if he knows that, but I think I need to tell him that next time when I see him when I go back home.
That is special. Wow. And on that special note, I will be wrapping up this discussion. But you know what? We will sit back again once you're back with the title. What do you say to that?
I'm ready for it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yes, we are ready to do that. And all the best to both of you. You are representing Canada. That in itself is a moment of pride for all of us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much and wish you all the best.
Hi, this is Priyanka Chopra and you're watching Channel Y.
The biggest South Asian media group, Y Media.
Y Media Group, established in 2001, is a media company with a 360-degree approach in reaching our audience over 5 platforms: television, radio, newspaper, online news portal, and mobile app.
Y Media has newspaper, midweek, radio, South Asian pop.
Hi, I'm Amitabh Bachchan, and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
Hi, this is Amir Khan and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
अब हर दिन सुने GTA का नंबर 1 रेडियो स्टेशन FM 91.9
All English 24/7 television network and Y Media Plus.
You are watching Channel Y. Channel Y.
Prime Minister, welcome. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be back.
Online, SouthAsianDaily.com. The biggest South Asian media group, Y Media.